Be wary, wary, quiet. I'm hunting humans with kitty cats. Quiet Place Day 1, which is a total and complete lie. We'll get into it here in a second, but it was released this past weekend in 2024 and is directed by Michael Sarnowski, who has also directed the feature-length film called Pig. And this film is starring Lupita Nyong'o, Joseph Quinn, Alex Wolff, Jimon Hounsou, and Frodo the adorable little kitty cat. Frodo is a kitty cat who has attached himself to Samira, who is a terminally ill person, just trying to get to the end of her days with as little pain as possible. Well, unlucky for Frodo and his person, a bunch of asteroids hit the planet, which unleashes a swarm of scary, creepy-ass aliens who have no vision at all, but have super hearing, and if you make any sound at all, they will come running to your location and eat the crap out of you. So now it's up to Frodo to find a safe place where he and his human can find refuge and get away from all of these human-eating aliens. And I 100% mean that. Frodo the cat is the main character of this story. I don't care what anyone else says. This is the best cat performance I've ever seen in a movie. He's just so freaking adorable. And I guess, small little spoiler here, if any of you out there are like me, where if a film showcases a dog, or a cat, or a bunny, or any fluffy, adorable little animal being brutally murdered, or is insinuating it, it's just something I can't do. And it affects me emotionally, it affects me to my core, it just affects me for like days, months, years to come, because I keep thinking about it, and I just don't want to do it. But be rest assured, spoiler alert, Frodo does make it out of here alive and unscathed. So for those of you who have a weak heart like mine, please go watch this movie. It's worth it. It's an excellently made film, and the cat survives. However, there's a little bit of false advertising when it comes to this movie, because this movie is called Day 1, when in fact this movie takes place over 3 days. So, I mean, I just sat there thinking like, well, this is bullshit. Excuse me, you were advertising just a day in the life of these people on the first day, but now you're giving me extra days? Sons of bitches. Do you think if I sue the movie company that I would win that case? I think I would. I might pursue that. But those two spoilery things aside, this is an excellent continuation of this incredible franchise. It's a wonderful and brilliant idea that was established by John Krasinski in the first Quiet Place film. Then he also directed the sequel, both two solid entries and solid, scary, thriller-esque movies. Well, I guess the first one was scary because it was such an unknown concept and everything was brand new. The second one, and this one I'll include in that. It's not very scary, but it's definitely a suspenseful thriller. Because, of course, there are moments when our main characters, Frodo and the human that he's with, are walking along a street, or they're going down to a subway that is flooded, and they're trying to make as little sound as possible, but of course, you step on something, you make one small little slight breath out of your mouth, and that alien is going to hear you, and is going to come running after you. Oh, it's a great concept. It's a wonderful concept, and it's a great concept to have for the movie-going experience, because there are several moments in this movie, just as the previous installments in this franchise have, where there's absolutely no sound. There is no score, there is no ambiance, there's nothing. It's just someone walking across and you hear no sound at all, which allows you, the audience member, to be able to hear everyone else breathing, or chomping on their popcorn, or sneezing, or coughing into their hand. But as the movie continues with all of that, you can feel the other audience members try to suppress their coughs and to suppress their chomping as much as possible. It got me thinking, like, you should teach theater etiquette by watching this movie with your class in a theater. And if you hear any sound like they're out, make a fun game out of it. I think that'd be really cool. But it's a great concept, and again, it lends to a great movie-going experience. But the best thing about these movies so far is that it's not really about the monsters, it's not about these aliens who have this super hearing, even though they are creepy as hell, and when they're running after you and we get to those action scenes, it's suspenseful as all hell. But this franchise is great at establishing character and establishing motivation and a solid emotional connection between the audience and the characters on screen. Samira is this terminally ill patient who they never say exactly what she has. All we know is that she is in this hospice care, and you can just tell that she's just there waiting out the last days of her life, probably just begging and pleading for it to finally happen to her. But she has this mission where she just wants to get a slice of pizza from the big city, in the big city, City in New York City, and I'm not going to spoil exactly why she wants that slice of pizza. She just wants that pizza. And when she meets up with Eric, who's played by Joseph Quinn, they have great chemistry with each other, and Joseph Quinn is one of the most sincerest actors I've seen on screen. My wife and I just watched him in this film and just fell in love with him because he's so sincere, he is so kind. His performance and how he lends himself emotionally to this character, and then this character, how this character lends himself emotionally to Samira, it's just wonderful to see. It's beautiful to see. And they haven't met each other before this day one, or I guess really it's on day 2. Again, another spoiler. But they've never met each other before, but you see this friendship grow over the next couple of days that makes it seem like they've known each other for their entire lives. It's a wonderful story. The climax here, I think, pays off tremendously with Samira's journey and how she helps Eric. And of course, how Frodo just helps all of these humans out, because Frodo, again, is the most adorable little kitty I have ever seen in the movies. He is so friggin' good. That's the next installment that we need. For Quiet Place 4 or whatever you do, it has to be from the perspective of an animal, from a cat, from a dog, whatever. We need to see that movie. But A Quiet Place Day 1 is an excellent film, a great world building. It makes me want to see the next installment in this franchise and see what new characters I'm going to latch onto next who's in this quiet little world. I'm going to give A Quiet Place Day 1 4 out of 5 Blu-rays.
I like it a lot.
So guys, if you've seen A Quiet Place Day 1, what did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across because of this video, then comment below and let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you the next time I'm released next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.